must realize you are doomed.
So man, I ain't gonna lie. So this week what I watched was on Thursday. I went to go see Dragon Ball Superheroes.
Oh, did you?
Then yeah, I did. I
Wow.
went to go see that, man. And I had a decent time, man. It wasn't as good as Brawly, the last Dragon Ball, but it was entertaining. It wasn't rough in the beginning. It was just a little slow because it kind of reminded me of the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z, but just Dragon Ball when they're little kids. It had that
Yeah.
kind of little feel to it and everything. But they gave a good story arc for Gohan and Piccolo especially. But it was pretty decent, and I think a lot of people went to go see it. I think it was like I don't know, gross like 10 million or 20 million for
Wow.
just for this weekend. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
just for a little anime movie like that. So it was a little different as far as like they did like 3D
Mm-hmm.
animation on it, and I'm not gonna say it dropped me out, but the animation they did for the Brawly, perfect. Keep that format. But I
Yeah.
get they were trying to do something new because with all the technology and everything. But if they were gonna do a 3D animation, this was the movie to do it for.
Yeah.
I say this was the movie to do this for, and it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It didn't draw me out, but I hopefully when they get back in the next story arcs and stuff, they use the original animation they used in previous because I really like that one. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, other than that, that's all I really did this week, man. Did you? I heard you were gonna see probably Sandman the series.
Yeah, I haven't
Try to
gotten a
watch
chance.
it.
I
You haven't
haven't gotten a
got to?
chance to watch that, but I did. I
Oh,
did watch a new movie that just came out on Netflix, and that's called Day Shift. I think it's called Day Shift. With the one that I said that I wasn't for sure about. I went in and just gave it a shot,
yeah.
and it's what I expected it would be. It wasn't. It was definitely like a one-time watch.
Yeah.
The best parts were like the fighting scenes. The story was
Uh-huh.
stupid. The acting wasn't great,
Oh,
but it is what I thought it was gonna be. So
mm.
yeah, that's
Anyways,
what I
thank you
did.
for joining the Scoundrel Podcast, everybody. Thank you. Come on in. Come enjoy me and Rich because we're both at the helm and we got some talking about movie topics of the week, just movie news, entertainment news, and ask a couple questions and have our little thoughts on here. So we're gonna get started at the helm. Before we get started, thank you so much for joining us once again and give us a thumbs up and a sub if you can at the end. We truly appreciate it. So, Rich, I'm not gonna get. Well, I guess it's not the main topic, but it is definitely a topic here. So I don't know, John Wick. You remember the Continental Hotel? That's the hotel they use and everything.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there's a spin-off series for it. It's gonna be about the Continental Hotel. It has been confirmed, and it's got picked up by Peacock, and
Mm.
supposedly Mel Gibson's going to be in it. So, what are your thoughts of them doing a Continental Hotel, basically spin-off series of John Wick, kind of like a prequel? I heard Ian McShane's going to be in it as well.
So this is gonna be a prequel. So this is gonna be no Keanu, right? It's just gonna be
No,
its
this is
own
about the
thing.
actual hotel, like
Ooh,
how they used it for stuff like that.
I do love Mel Gibson, but I don't know how this series will carry it without its main guy, which is Keanu Reeves. So I'd be interested to see how it does. But like I said, I like Mel Gibson. So
Ah, man, you know what? I think it'll do pretty decently because if they use a smart marketing way, they would
hmm
actually have it released and promoted right after John Wick 4 comes out,
yeah,
And not next year, but I think was it next year or the year after that? I can't remember. But when that comes out, it's supposedly this series is coming out as well. So if they do John Wick and then say like a couple weeks later they start the series off, I think that's going to be a great promoting device to do
that would be
for the
yeah
series.
that would definitely be the way to do it if they do
Yeah.
it like that.
And speaking about the Peacock that is, they're getting some major stuff coming in. Like in 2 weeks, they're gonna drop Jurassic World Dominion already
Yeah,
in 2 weeks,
and I saw they
as of
had
this recording.
yeah, and I saw they had Black Phone on there already
They had Black
for
Phone on
Peacock
there,
users.
and so
This
they're doing more. more stuff on how streaming should be doing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
so
a good
Peacock
idea.
is stepping up. I mean, Peacock with, they got the whole WWE thing on there now. The whole
Yeah.
wrestling library is on there. So they're making moves to start, competing with these major hitters like HBO and all them.
I think
And
Paramount
Netflix.
needs to take a book or a page from their book, man. Paramount's
Yeah.
not as great as like I'm glad Peacock's doing that. They're starting to put or make people think about getting that subscription, because I mean the fact they put like movies that were just in theaters like a couple of weeks ago, I mean that's great for us.
All right, well, let's go on to another topic. Our other topic we're gonna have is Rogue One. Rogue One. That's an old movie, yeah, but it's gonna be re-released in IMAX form, but it's gonna have an exclusive first look at Andor's series that's coming out in HBO, not HBO, Disney Plus. And man, when I'm hearing this, it's just for IMAX, limited release. Rogue One. Are you? Me and you both are fans of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Are you interested in watching it in the big screen once again and try to get a little sneak peek at Andor?
You know what? I never even got to watch the original one in theaters. I never got to have that experience. So this would actually be nice for me to go watch it in theaters and experience it with the surround sound, big screen, and everything. And you get a little bonus, little sneak peek to Andor, which both me and you are very excited for. So
yeah,
I mean,
I think this is
I wouldn't mind watching.
This is a great idea, especially with promote. It's basically promoting even more. I mean, Star Wars fans are going to go see Andor no matter what, but they're going to promote it even more. And they know Star Wars fans are 50% of them are going to go out there and go probably watch this movie. It's a good idea too, because I only watched Rogue One once in the theater. I believe. I'm pretty sure I only saw it one time in the theater, and I didn't have a good experience. And the reason why is Rogue One was hard to register for me, just seeing it once. I didn't know how to feel about it. I really didn't. I don't know why. But after rewatching it a couple times, after it came on, digital and stuff, I kept watching it and watching. I'm like, man, that's when I really start to appreciate it, because I picked up all the little things. How, like, you know what? This is the best Disney put together Star Wars film they have ever done. And well, of course, it's technically a prequel. That's why too. But I gotta show my prequel some love. But so that first experience at the theater wasn't an enjoyment really for me, because I just didn't know how I felt. I didn't know how I felt leaving that theater. Now I know how I felt at the end when I saw Vader, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I felt about the whole movie, as a whole, until I watched it at least another 2 more times, really. And then I was like, wow, you know what? I really love this movie. It was a pretty damn good movie. So I think it's a brilliant idea. And you think they're going to make a good, I mean,
definitely. But no, I think
people are gonna get their butts out there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull in some money with this idea, because like I said, people are out there are excited for Andor, and like I said, you get to rewatch Rogue One in theater for those people that actually went out and watched it in theater. So I think they're gonna get some money out of this.
What do you think they can possibly show in this in the sneak peek? Do you think it's like behind the scenes stuff? Is it maybe a couple clips?
I don't know, man, but
could it be the first 10 minutes possibly?
You know what? Exactly what you just said. I think it's gonna be a nice long little sneak peek to the show, because they wouldn't just re-release Rogue One in theaters all over again for nothing. I think the sneak peek is gonna be definitely well worth for the fans. So just like you said, maybe it might be the first 10 minutes. Who knows? But I mean,
yeah.
We'll see.
I am interested too, but I don't know about the first 10 minutes. I think there's gonna be a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We're gonna have like little cast interviews maybe, and just show you a couple extra, scenes perhaps, and maybe a clip. Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna be something extensive where we could watch 10 minutes of the beginning of the first episode. So they're already giving us 3 episodes on premiere night when it shows anyways. So I don't think they're going to really give us a whole bunch, but I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong from time to time. All right. So there's another topic I want to discuss too. Now this is just me. Halloween, October is kind of around the corner. It's what,
Yeah,
2 months
close.
away?
Yeah, it's close.
Very close. So I did want to give some love to some stuff. So of course our boy Jason Blum from Blumhouse. So I want to read you. It's gonna be long, folks. Okay, I'm gonna read you a whole list of things, and then I'm gonna ask Rich a question. Okay, so pay attention, Rich. So our boy Jason Blum at Blumhouse confirms that they're making Insidious 5 with Patrick Wilson, the main
original guy.
from
Yeah.
I think it was part 1 and 2. I believe he was from.
Yeah.
And he even posted a tweet with the picture of both of them confirming that this is true. And he says this is the best Insidious he's done. It's going to be the best Insidious he's done. Suppose, I mean, that's what everybody says who makes a film. Oh, this is better than the last. This is better. This is the best, But hopefully it is. And I'm gonna keep going. But Hulu, all right. Hulu is reporting a favorite franchise of mine, Hellraiser. All right, and which should be coming out maybe at the end of the year, possibly the beginning of the year, because it's already receiving an R rating. It already got an R rating for the gore and the violence. They said it's going to be, the gore and the violence are going to be up like people are thinking it should be as a reboot Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And on another film here, I'm going to say Saw 10 has been announced. And it's going to be released for 2023 with the Saw 6 director is going to be at the helm once again. Now, I'm reading you this list of these 3 movies because, like I said, October's around the corner. Which one actually are you interested in out of these 3 movies, or are you interested and excited for coming out?
Definitely Hellraiser. I would love to see, you said it got an R rating already, but I would love to see the way they could, like, how intense they make this. It's gonna be a movie or a series, you said?
I believe it's a movie. It's a movie. Yeah.
So I would love to see what they can do with it, because
I don't know.
Because I don't know how many fans out there, watch the original Hellraiser, but just that opening scene in the original Hellraiser. I mean, if they were that gory back then, I would love to see what they can do. With today's technology and everything and editing and how gory they can make it. So that one, when you just said that right now, I even said, wow, I think that would be a really good one for them to do.
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking on the Hellraiser thing, it's gonna be by Hulu. Man, Hulu's making some strides too. Man, they just provided us a very good Predator prequel in Prey, and every.
You said
no,
great.
It's not great.
You said great.
It's very good. It's not great for you. It was great.
That came out of your mouth.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
No, I had a hiccup.
I'll put it on repeat. Don't worry.
But anyways, and so Hulu's trying to make strides, kind of like what Peacock is trying to do, make strides and get into the streaming war themselves.
And it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah, it's about time for Hulu to do this. Yeah. And I'm curious of what they're gonna do with the Cenobites. The other demons. You got Matter and everything else. See how they can possibly redesign them. But I'm gonna go with Saw, man. That's like my dirty. Listen, man.
How did it get up to 10? How?
I understand, everybody. But it's like my dirty little secret. I just like it. It's unavoidable. I watch all of them. Yes, my guilty pleasure. I have to watch all of them. I even watched what was it called? Twisted, I believe, with Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
And that was like a spin-off.
Spiral.
So
Spiral.
It's Spiral, not Twisted. Spiral. Thank you. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, Spiral. And so that actually kind of caught me off guard. They said Saw 10. So I'm thinking, well, I thought they were going to try to lean over to the spin-off series with Spiral that what Chris Rock did. I'm like, well, you're going back to the original franchise. I understand, folks, and nothing's nothing like the first one, and even part 2 was was up there too, But it's just a dirty little pleasure for me. I like watching these movies just to see the different, gadgets and stuff, torturing gadgets. I just like to see. I'm sorry, innovative stuff for me that I'm like, oh, that's pretty creative, but that's just me, but I know a lot of people aren't on it, but some of them are like me. So, but that's what I'm looking forward to
Oh.
out of these three movies. The reason why I say not Hellraiser is just because you know how much of a big fan I am.
You're
Of
afraid they're
the
gonna mess it
original
up?
Hell.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
afraid of?
I am. Yeah. It's just sometimes it's like it's hard when they touch a classic, and I just don't want, I just want that's just in my vivid memory as for me, one of the greatest horror stuff as me personally. So
Mhm.
when they trying to reinvent it or reboot it, I just don't want them. I don't want you just have that fear of something that
Oh
you
yeah, yeah.
beloved and put it in such a high regard, and remember as a child, because I was a child back then, just scaring the bejesus out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want them to kind of,
Yeah.
kind of drown it out for me. I'm like, oh my god, why would they do this to a iconic character?
Yeah.
And but she'll see. I mean, because like they messed up. They can't get. Friday the 13th right. They remade that years back. Nightmare on Elm Street, they couldn't do it right. It's just they messed up a lot of classics.
Mhm.
But that's why I wouldn't say that. Not saying it's not going to be good, because it could
Yeah.
be. You never know. It could well be, just in maybe in different aspects. But I know. On to our next topic. I know you got a couple topics for us here, Rich. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I'm gonna start off with the one that bothered me the most. So this
Okay.
came out a couple weeks ago. We've been meaning to get to it, but so we all know that the Rings of Power is coming out from Amazon,
Of course.
and yeah, we were both very excited about it. And then I see this thing pop up on, I believe it was IGN, where kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth, man, because you don't disrespect Peter Jackson. You don't disrespect the guy that put Lord of the Rings, at least like movie wise, like on the map. So Peter Jackson says Amazon's Lord of the Rings series ignored him after he offered to read the script. So I don't know if they were afraid of him, like, I don't know, suggesting something. I have no idea. Like, why wouldn't you at least let Peter Jackson read the script? I mean, we're talking about the guy that created,
Yes.
the empire
This
that these guys,
universe.
yeah, the Amazon's trying to build off of. Like, that's what they're trying to do, is take that story, build off of it, or whatever they're trying to do. But how did you feel? Like, because I told you about this, I believe, last week.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Because I mean, that's just like
let
shocking
me
me.
just correct you. It wasn't Peter Jackson who built the universe. I mean, it was
Yeah,
Tolkien who built the
yeah,
universe.
but I
I'm
like
just
the
meant,
cinema,
the cinematic,
yeah, the cinematic
universe.
yeah.
Bringing it to life, basically. Man, it's kind of like when I was. It kind of reminisces of the Game of Thrones and George R.R. Martin. George Martin was heavily involved in the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then the other two creators decided to say, you know what, started leaning off away from George R.R. Martin and stopped really asking for his advice and put him to the side more.
Yeah.
And then you kind of noticed it too in the seasons. Like everybody rants about the 8th season, but it all just didn't happen at that season. It slowly started a little bit in season 6, then to 7, and then it was more so, everybody noticed more so in season 8. That because I was like, oh man, I noticed that I didn't read anything about it, but I just noticed, you know what, I don't think this is George's story. They started going away from it. Now back to the Peter Jackson thing. It's just I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, because just let him read the script, and if he likes it, great. If he says certain suggestions, you don't have to take the man's suggestions. It's just suggestions. Make him feel a part of it a little bit. I mean, he helped. Bringing this to life for everybody, and I think I read something saying that the creators of this even admitted that it's not going to have kind of the same feel or history to it. It wants to be its own identity, its own history, and it's not going to mention or anything with the original characters of anything. That's what I kind of read. Now, if I don't know if it's true or not. So I don't know if they're just trying to like say, you know what, we don't want to be influenced at all. We're trying to make our own little bit of a story, of a universe that connects. It does, I don't know if it connects, but it's part of the Lord of the Rings, but it's not going to really connect like people would want it to be, I guess. So I don't know. It's kind of like a slap in the face a little bit here.
It honestly is, because like, it's kind of like I know you're just explaining the reasoning why they kind of like didn't want Peter Jackson to read the script, but yet the whole premise of the show seems to be behind Galadriel and Elrond, who Peter Jackson made fans love. I mean, Elrond, I loved him in the original trilogy. Same thing with Galadriel. So, I mean, you're building a show with them two as like the center points, and it's funny that they're saying they don't want it to connect, but yet you're taking two major characters from the original trilogy and making a show out of it. And I know that they have to be part of it because it's a prequel. So, I don't know. To me, I think we can both agree it was like a big slap in the face to Peter Jackson.
It was a slap in the face to him. Now we'll see. This series could be great, and we would forget all about it. You know what I'm saying? But then if it doesn't, if we're having some issues with it, we're gonna say, well, why didn't you get Peter Jackson involved? You know what I'm saying?
You already gave fans the bullet. If you don't pull it off, you gave them the weapon right there, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it was a good idea.
Now, I know you got another topic before we get into that topic, because this coincides with exactly what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
So Amazon Prime, so they just announced that the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, is going to the premiere episode is going to have 2 episodes premiere now. They just announced. It's going to be 2 episodes on the debut.
Look at this, man.
Hold on. And also, it's going to have a time slot on that. I guess it comes on Thursdays. It's going to have a time slot at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, p.m. So my question is, what do you think of them doing a 2-episode premiere on debut night, and the time slot itself at 9 p.m. Eastern Time?
Well, you know what? The 2-episode. First of all, the 2-episode thing. It seems like to be the formula for everything now. It's got to be at least 2.
It's the trend.
Yeah, that's the trend right now, which is fantastic for fans. So we'll be excited for it. It's gonna be a little harder, like it always is with the editing. So many episodes, like right off the bat. I just don't know about that 9 o'clock time slot. I thought it would definitely been like maybe 8, 7 or whatever, 7 or 8, but 9 o'clock is pretty late.
Well, it's gonna be 8 o'clock for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
It's gonna be 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah.
But for me, you know what? Like I was just talking about the trend. It's the trend now with the 2 episodes. A lot of series are doing it, and I think, why not? And I also think I know why they put an episode there is because originally, if they kept it just 1 episode each week, they were gonna show their series or their season finale right after the Game of Thrones House of Dragons finale.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, they were literally days after. So, I don't know if they were trying to like up one on House of Dragons, maybe, possibly, and have their series finale come about before House of Dragons season finale. So, I don't know how that plays out, but at the same time, you might have House of Dragons winning that because they'll be the last ones to be seen. They might be more talked about because they got the whole week to be talked about. Where Lord of the Rings is going to be just a couple of days because then people are going to get going on House of Dragons in 2 or 3 days. But I don't know but they were they're in a crash course together, man. It's crazy. It's great for fans. It's great for us fans. I'm not lying with all these series coming out, but it's kind of crazy. The time slot. Boy, I see some troubles here, man. I see some troubles on the trafficking on Amazon Prime. I'm a little shocked that they decide at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. It's just, I don't know. I hope not. I really don't. But
Yeah.
man, it's just I just have a feeling that it might go down. 'Cause a lot of people are going to be watching this, a lot more than The Boys, and I know Boys was their highest acclaim. I have it's going to be way more viewers than The Boys on this.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to have
And-
high traffic on there, and it's
Yeah.
just people are going to come. If they're not ready, and I hope they are. Hope everything's going to go great. But man, like you said, it is a little, because it's like. We're so used to having it, whether it's at midnight, 3 a.m.,
Yeah, or
or
something
whatever,
like that,
drop in a
yeah.
little bit. This way, you got the whole day to kind of watch it.
Uh-huh.
You know, you really do. You could watch it, during your break if you're at work, or I know it sounds silly, but some people do that.
Yeah,
Or they
yeah.
watch it in the morning where they're getting ready to bring on the day and watch the rest later on that night. But yeah, man, it's like, ugh. And people want to see it before Friday morning because people are going to be talking about it the next day, and you're like, oh, no, don't tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially at work, man. No, I don't want to hear a
Yes.
damn thing. So if you don't catch it, it's like it feels like you're out of the loop the next day on Friday at work.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
me and you had to go through that at work. Remember how we'd be watching Game of Thrones or whatever? It's like no, we haven't watched it yet. We haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
It came out. It came out like around like 7 or 8. Game of Thrones did on Sunday. So yeah, that's the kind of issues I see happening for them releasing it so late in the day.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, our last topic, I think I'm gonna let you have that last topic. What's our last topic for this episode, my friend?
So I feel like the last maybe 2 episodes that we did about the Helm, the most recent ones, we've been talking about the struggles of DC and the different things that's been going on with them. Batgirls, the issues, Supergirl, I believe that one got canceled too.
Flash.
Flash, them possibly dropping Static Shock. I don't know if you remember Static Shock. I really enjoyed the cartoon as a kid, but that project might be in jeopardy. A couple other projects might be in jeopardy. But then this news came out that the Batman 2, not yet greenlit. Next movie is, quote, years away. So I don't know what they're focusing on right now, because we were just talking about this the last episode. They're like, okay, which way they're gonna go? They're gonna go, well, I was saying it. Are they gonna go like dark and ominous like the Batman and the Joker? But here, the Batman is not even
the Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Batman,
the Robert
right?
Pattinson Batman is not even greenlit. And they say it's years away. So the only news we've gotten from DC so far, besides like Black Adam and Shazam, is that Joker 2 is gonna be a musical with Lady Gaga. So that's the only news. That's the only news. Yeah, that's the only news that we've gotten from them. And then they're having all this Flash drama, the stuff with the Flash movie.
Miller, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it was kind of shocking to see it wasn't greenlit and not.
I remember you texting me this.
Yeah.
And I could tell by your text, you were a little like upset. Like, what the hell is going on?
Like,
you were losing your shit a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah.
And here, I'm just gonna tell you, relax. RELAX.
All right, so who are we trusting?
Relax.
Who are we trusting this time?
Relax.
And who we trust?
What?
In the 10-year plan we trust.
Listen, wait, let me talk, people. Let me talk, folks.
All right, go
Listen, yeah, the reason why it's not greenlit, my friend, is because there's not even a script written for it, Rich. Relax. You can't greenlight something until there's an actual script written down. I mean, it's not done yet. There's nothing to greenlit. It's coming out, but they can't green something that hasn't even a script has been written out for. So when a script is fully gotten out and they've read it, that's when they can actually say it is greenlit. So relax. There's no way in hell they're not gonna do the Batman 2. Don't worry about it. It's just the way the business is in the protocol. There's nothing to green light because there's nothing set for it. There's no script for it. I forgot who did the movie. Oh my god. Don't tell me. Oh, what's his name? It was tip of my tongue.
Matt Reeves.
But anyway, Matt Reeves. Oh my lord, I can't believe I can't remember that. But anyways, Matt Reeves even said himself he didn't write nothing yet. He hasn't had time yet. He's working on another project. As soon as he's done with that project, he said he'll go back, write everything out, and hand them the script. And once that script is written, I'm telling you, I'm 100% sure they'll greenlit it. But they can't greenlit something that's not written. Nothing's happening. Nothing. No casting. Besides, we know is Robert Pattinson. No casting. Nothing. No crew. Nothing. No script. They can't greenlight something that does not exist, Rich. So relax.
What the hell is Matt Reeves working on? What was the last successful thing that dude's had since the Batman? He should put everything else aside and focus on the Batman.
Well,
I'm over here looking up Matt Reeves projects. I ain't seen nothing.
Well, maybe he had prior stuff that he was contractually obligated to do before he did, before Batman got released. So that's what it is too. Maybe he's still fulfilling his contractual agreements on another studio or whatever, or on another project, and just helping out on another project. He could just be a producer on another project, but he's trying to help that out. But I'm telling you, relax. This is coming out. I know you were frustrated when you texted me this. Relax. Be fine. There's nothing to greenlit, and that's why it hasn't been greenlit. There's nothing there yet, but it will be. Give him some time. He will write the script, and it will be out. Boom. That's it.
Aye, Captain.
All right. You got any? Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
I just looked up. Matt Reeves did one of the best trilogies I've ever seen, which is the Apes movies. I didn't know he did
the
those.
Apes. Yeah.
Yeah, I love those. All right, that was it.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, that's it for us at the helm. Episode, was it 10? I think this is episode 10.
It's 10 now. Yes. 10.
Yeah, 10 episodes we already did. Wow, that's pretty cool. Thank you for joining us. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and help us get to 500 subscribers. And hit that subscribe button and share and hit that notification bell. We would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. The Scoundrels at the helm. Dave and Rich. Till next time. Peace.